This is High IQ Investing. I'm Nicolo.
And I'm Connor. And Punxsutawney Phil pulled a fast one on us today.
Oh, he did.
I don't know if he saw a shadow or not, but meteorologists were not predicting this one.
Yeah, well, now they are, but not when it counted.
Yeah, that's
not when it counted. In case you're listening from Syria, it is snowing. Yeah. Cats and dogs in Philadelphia.
And other animals.
And you would not believe the taxonomists are rejoicing.
I see an Egyptian falling from the sky on the horizon.
Jeez. Well, yeah, the TSA would check that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start with, as per usual, Market Watch.
Market Watch.
And we got some juicy news on the horizons for you today.
Are we going to just start off with Facebook?
It's the elephant in the studio.
The reverse dip.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how educated you are on the subject, but I just know Facebook got caught selling data to
Cambridge
people.
Analytics.
Yeah, something like that. And then now people are trying to boycott Facebook, which, quite frankly, I think it'll last 2-3 days, maybe. We haven't checked what it's at today, actually.
Yeah, so Facebook is one of these companies that is trash, but, you know, we all love it anyway. Sometimes you love trash.
And you're going to keep coming back to it.
Yeah, because it's not your ordinary trash. It is the kind of trash that you leave on the counter and convince yourself you'll bring it out with the next full bag, but you never do.
Yeah, it sticks around for sure.
It does.
And I'm getting notice. It is green today, so it only lasted 2 days.
We're back up, yeah.
The big boycott of 2018.
Well, here's the funny bit. When you sign up for Facebook and you hit the little checkbox that says, I agree to the terms and condition, the terms and conditions are not just a blank 65-page document. They're a 65-page document
detailing
how you'll
data they can sell.
Yeah, which is all of it, including your location. So if you thought it was kind of too good to be true that Facebook was free, or were just some kind of freeloader that thought you deserved it, nah, you were wrong.
You didn't.
Yeah, you pay with your data, which is actually worth something. So congratulations. Your data is worth something, which is pretty neat. Your data is digital currency.
The funny part is that people kept investing on this Facebook company while Facebook was selling data, and that's how Facebook was staying afloat.
Yeah.
And now that they figure out, they're selling data like every other company in America, now they boycott it for 2 days.
That's the interesting thing, because if these people that are now boycotting Facebook didn't think Facebook was selling its data in the first place, why were they investing in it? Like, it's
what
free.
Were they thinking?
How did they think it made money is my question.
And even if they're not investing in it financially, they're investing in it with their time.
Yeah. I mean, Facebook pays engineers like $200,000 a year, and that's starting. You don't get that on ads in the sidebar. You just don't. Otherwise, WikiHow would be where all the tech talent is going. No offense to WikiHow is an amazing company.
I mean, it's a stand-up company.
Really bona fide.
The illustrations are on point.
Yeah, I think they're going to buy Blue Apron soon, actually.
Go down in that sinking boat.
Yeah, not all boats float, as Sun Tzu once said.
Speaking of Blue Apron, I don't know if you guys have checked out Meme Stock Madness. I haven't gotten the updates, but we could have two of our blue chips facing off in the next round. Blue Apron and GE.
Now, actually, we'll come back to that when we do our segment on head-to-head stocks.
Yeah.
But I do have some ideas of where that matchup would go.
Of course.
I'm not saying it's UMBC Virginia direction, but it's also not a Kansas Penn direction either.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it has to be one of the two.
It's a complicated one. We'll break it down.
Yeah, we're going to use some Fourier transformations, some Coriolis effect, and some second-degree sociology. But we will have it broken down into bite-sized pieces.
Don't forget the degree
high IQ listeners
in home ec.
Yeah,
the School of Hard Knocks.
The School of Hard Knocks. Now, actually, I just read a report about students going on to graduate positions, and it turns out the School of Hard Knocks sends 40% of its graduating class to graduate programs across the country every year. That includes MIT, Stanford, but that mainly includes School of Hard Knocks graduate, School of Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know much about percents or statistics, but 40% to MIT.
Yeah. And I know a lot of you are thinking, okay, MIT, is it a good school? There's a lot of nerds there. And it turns out that it isn't a good school, but
Really?
It's featured prominently in the movie 21. So at least you'll have the name recognition.
The movie 21.
It's the one.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I guess you won't have the name recognition.
Oh, yeah, with all the...
with the winner, winner, chicken dinner. You know what I mean? That's the one.
Yeah.
Who is in that? Dennis Seymour Hoffman, or the other? Who is the?
I don't know what people's
He's
names
innocent.
are.
He touched kids, but he's gay, so he's innocent.
Oh.
What's his name?
House of Cards, dude.
Oh God, it's slipping. It's.
I mean, all we know for sure is he's
Gary
innocent.
Oldman. Gary Oldman. Jesus. Well, okay, he couldn't have been that important.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really funny guy. Too bad he's a bad guy apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, he was great in House of Cards.
According to the nomenclature, but
yeah. Okay, so we got Facebook for you. We got Blue Apron for you. And this one might be coming a little bit out of left field.
it might be coming in hot.
Yeah.
Get out your mitt.
They're saying 120 miles per hour. Oh, kilometers. Oh, geez, sorry. 120 kilometers per hour, not miles. Jeez,
Put that in freedom units for me.
Yeah, that would be fast in freedom units.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, say goodbye to your childhood because Toys R Us is liquidating. That means that the temperature is being increased in all their buildings and their assets are turning into, well, they are now just taking the shape of their container.
Yeah, I mean,
as a matter of fact.
I grew up on the streets of Philadelphia, so my parents didn't have money for Toys R Us.
It's not easy on the main line.
There's still Happy Meals, so
Yeah.
my childhood's intact.
Yeah, and a lot of people are wondering, well, Toys R Us, you think Toys R Us the same way as when you think of Chinese finger traps, you think of the Gulag. And the Gulag can't go out of business. But the thing is, Toys R Us isn't backed by the state.
Really?
It's not, yeah. You would think that your most important national asset would be backed by the state, at least a small subsidy. But apparently things like corn and health insurance are more important than is our kids getting enough playtime.
And our kids are the future leaders of America.
Yeah, whether
Last
we
time I
like it or
checked.
not.
And I guess we're all just banking on dying before that happens.
Yeah, so it's going to be a
strategy.
race now. Now that we don't have the toys, we need climate change to finish the job before these kids get their jobs.
I mean, looking outside, I can believe it.
Yeah,
Climate change
we're
is
close.
doing its thing here in Philadelphia. I don't know about other parts of the world, but
Yeah, we're waiting on a calling from Syria. But we'll see what happens.
yeah, we haven't got an email.
No, sir, we have not.
highiqinvesting@gmail.com. That's a high with a HIGH.
Yeah. So if you have any inquiries, tips, comments, concerns, contributions, or anything else that starts with C, then you can just hit us up with a nice email, friendly letter format. You don't need to be formal with us, and we will read it and address it on the air because we care.
Treat us like we're your friends.
Yeah,
because we are.
We are. We're here for you. If we weren't here for you, we wouldn't have walked down here in the nor'easter. We would have just taken our own lives halfway here.
As we should have.
As we should have,
quite frankly.
We're not that altruistic. We didn't plan well. Is really what it comes down to. Well, the meteorologists didn't plan well. We had this on our calendar since January, and the meteorologists only put this on their calendar a couple days ago. So you tell me who's the better organizer.
We're tapped into the Mayan calendar.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard of it,
it's done.
It's kind of an OP calendar. It's I mean, if you're
Every
using
day of the week doesn't exist, so
yeah, if
don't
you
even have to
if
wake
you're
up.
using the Maya calendar, then you are living in a year before 2012.
Which is to say the future.
Yeah, because time is not linear.
It's circular.
It's well, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Time goes in circles.
Yeah, and you can prove this easily because if it didn't, the Earth would be flat. Now,
Yeah.
if the Earth is flat is another debate. We're not going to have it now. That's beyond high IQ. That requires a level of intuition that can only be achieved with synergistic management solutions and big data processing.
I must have good intuition because it's quite obviously flat to me.
Oh, well, okay.
See those roads out there?
Flat. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, if the world wasn't flat, then how would you have buildings?
Yeah, they're flat.
The buildings are flat. You couldn't build something that's curved because jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
I've heard that
Yeah.
in science class.
It's a common tidbit of wisdom, if you will. And the government will tell you otherwise. But if we listen to the government, then, you know, we would be your everyday flip-flopping, sock-wearing normies.
Normies?
Normies. Yeah.
You don't want to be a normie.
Absolutely not. That would not be good on a resume. Speaking of good on a resume, we are now accepting job applications.
Oh, really?
We are, yeah. Our former intern, who was in charge of putting together our foreign language playbook before every show, was involved in a fireworks accident at the orphanage with no survivors.
It's fair.
So if you would like to be the next intern for High IQ Investing Radio, please send your application to highiqinvesting@gmail.com. That's high with a GH, like A-Rod before he got caught.
Or another word with a GH in it. But, yeah, if I had one word of advice for you guys, it would be to not work for us because Nicolo is a cruel and ruthless boss. I have been working for minimum wage to get these podcasts up on YouTube, which you're probably now listening to in the future. And I asked for a raise, and he walked out on me.
But if
So
you are listening
take
to
that
this
as
in
you
the
will.
future, that's not so important. But if you are listening to this in the future, make sure today is March 21st, and Blue Apron is still on a dip. So make sure if you're in the future, you go and short that because it hasn't happened yet for you.
Yeah.
Make sure to do that. And on the minimum wage note, I want to allege that the hard workers of Toys R Us didn't even get bonuses this year. So
I
really
shouldn't be crying.
be grateful.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just wanted to warn him.
No, that's a fair warning.
We've gotten feedback in the past to actually talk about more investing information.
I
if
better
you
step
will.
out of the room here.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll mislead the listeners. Give them everything they've ever wanted and less.
Yeah.
With this. So we're going to be introducing a concept called DD. Now, I could have just told you what DD means and misled you and told you some random words that start with D's. But this will be probably the only piece of factual information you can rely on. So I'll break it down for you. This is doing your due diligence.
Due diligence.
So apparently, what the investors say, when you want to buy a stock, you have to do your due diligence or do your DD, which consists of a few strategies. I guess I'll just give you a step by step. Number one, you go to StockTwits, take a glance at the chart, just a quick glance. You don't want to get too into the chart. Maybe
Retinal
just see
exposure.
see if there's maybe pick up a pattern, but this is like the last time you want to look at the chart. And then you just scroll down, see what people are saying. If there's a green bullish sign next to everyone's message, you're probably good to go. But next, go to the stocks website. If they use like any good colors, or like if they have a good layout or something like that, that's always a plus. If they're using blue, usually I avoid them because of Blue Apron, but and Facebook. So I mean that'll do it right there. So just avoid blue if they have blue on their website. Next, you want to find a retail location near you. If there's none of those, like there's no Facebook location near here, I don't trust the company, because how am I supposed to get to the company if there's no like location near me, right?
I'm gonna chip in here because this is why Amazon will never succeed. People want to get their hands on the product before they pay for it.
Yeah,
you can't do that with a company like Amazon.
It's not going to take
off. On the other hand, Stop and Shop, Toys R Us, you should go back to what you were doing.
I see. Yeah, so you want to go to that retail location and just ask to get your hands on the product, basically. Just go up to the manager and just say, can I get my hands all over this product?
Unless it's a hair salon, then you'll
yeah, I mean,
be advised not to.
If the manager says no, I mean, you already know it's a bad business. But if he says yes, get your hands on that product. Feel it up. Does it feel like good quality product? Is there a line at the store? I mean, some people are instituting these like electronic checkouts where you just whiz through, so maybe there won't be a line. But if there's a line, I mean, go for it. Buy the stock. What else? Am I missing anything?
Well, let me just, these guys aren't necessarily so intuitive. Let me explain to you what you're looking for when you're feeling the product, getting your hands on it. There's a few telltale signs of a good product. First of all is it should be made of wood. Give it a couple taps, make sure it's not that synthetic stuff. That's how you know it's good. Good things are made out of wood. Second, look for that made in China sticker. If you see that, no good. Throw that bad boy away. No bueno.
So that just erases like 99% of products in America, but
yeah. And lastly, you're going to want to give it a good sniff. You don't want to smell like chemicals and GMOs and cancer. Then that would rule it right out. But if it smells pleasant, neutral even,
it's non-GMO,
then put your money down. Put your money where your mouth is. Actually,
boot up Robinhood right in the store.
Yeah, and that's how the cookie crumbles.
I miss coupons.
Coupons.
Ask the manager for coupons.
Always, because here's the thing. It's like, when you ask a cop if they're a cop, they have to tell you. If you ask the manager if there's a coupon for a product, they have to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, What's the last time you bought something without coupons?
Does Groupon count?
I don't know what that is. So.
Groupon is a tech giant, much like Google and...
coupons are made of paper. So I don't know how they're making these technology coupons, but I wouldn't invest. So.
Yeah, well, the problem with a technology coupon is if you can't put it in the safe.
Yeah. How are you supposed to keep it safe? Put it on the blockchain? I don't know about that.
Okay, we're going to talk about the blockchain later, but how about no? How about no, thank you?
A big fat no?
Oh, man, I got one. How about N-O? No.
How about no types of chance?
How about see ya? The blockchain. Oh boy, that's a knee slapper, and we'll tell you why really soon. But you're gonna have to hang on for that one.
Storing your kids at preschool.
Yeah, especially if it's one of those Christian preschools. They're gonna get AIDS, and not the good kind of AIDS.
The bad kind.
The bad kind of AIDS.
The opposite of a good kind.
And really, you don't want your kids exposed to AIDS, because I think if you get your kids AIDS, that's how you. No, I can't. AIDS causes autism, and autism causes vaccines.
So vaccines cause AIDS. And there we go. Time goes in circles.
Time is circular. It's a lot like...
Unlike the Earth.
Well, the Earth is circular. It's just not spherical.
Yeah.
What, you think it's a square?
A rhombus of sorts?
Were you raised by wolves? Did you go to school? The Earth is a circle.
A parallelogram of sorts?
Oh my God. It doesn't have corners.
Who's to say?
It has circle. Who's to say? The
How do you
government
fall off if it doesn't have a corner?
That makes no. It doesn't. Okay, so you're telling me if I was standing on a circular platform, I couldn't fall off? I know Stephen Hawking died, but you can't just turn off the rules like that.
What point of the circle are you going to fall off if there's no corner?
All of them, literally all of them. There's an infinite number of points I could fall off of. Square, you can only fall off in 4 places.
I can't help but disagree with you.
Oh,
I've never fallen off something that's not a corner. All right.
Okay,
Is there a difference between corner and edges?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's where the miscommunication is.
Yeah,
happening.
dude. You can only have 4 corners. You can have as many edges as you want.
Yeah, I don't think there's a
Jesus,
difference.
it's like you didn't even go to 2nd grade. I think I learned this in 1st grade. Oh my God.
I don't think there's a difference.
Okay, we're going to have a rare and slightly unprecedented moment when intuition strikes intuition. We are going to agree to disagree.
I'm down with that.
All right. We teased you a little bit. We're not gonna stretch it out because you've been good listeners, and for our listener in Syria, we don't know how much longer you're gonna be staying on the air with us. So we're just gonna hit you with it right straight. This is Crypto Corner.
Crypto
Corner. Okay, so we got some good news, and the good news is that we only got bad news.
And that's what we like to hear.
Yeah. So crypto has gone. That's it. It's gone. Crypto has got the last train.
It went downtown?
Last
train downtown?
Last train downtown.
Didn't catch the Uber back.
No, sir. Thank you very much. Crypto prices have plummeted. And I mean, crypto took a couple lessons, dropped $200 because they also wanted to get the video and the pictures, got in the plane with the skydiving instructor, took a jump, and then the skydiving instructor turns around and says, "Hey, where's my client?" And then someone points down out of the plane, and he goes, "Oh, not again." And it turned out crypto jumped without the parachute or the instructor, and it fell so hard that it fell outside of Earth because it jumped from Australia. And it's in space.
It fell off the corner.
And not on the side of space with the moon. The side of space, it's a dark abyss.
Yeah.
Crypto is worth nothing.
We actually have a man on the ground who listened to Nicolo's step-by-step advice on investing in crypto. And
how did that go?
He said you talked a little too fast. He accidentally bought Bitcoin.
Oh!
He was trying to buy Ethereum.
My leg!
Bitcoin's less autistic step sister, but he put $200 in Bitcoin. Yeah, hold on to your limbs for this one. And then he doubled back 200 in Ethereum.
Oh my God!
And like you said, it dipped $200. So he has
negative 200.
Exactly.
Okay, so Connor has just turned me into a quadruple amputee. Good thing they got mic stands up in here.
We might have him in on the show as an eyewitness.
I think we need to just to get the testimony of those affected. It's a lot like in the if you've ever seen Aaron Brockovich when they get the oh God, sorry, I feel like I swallowed a dead rat. Oh no, this is worse. I feel like someone invested in Bitcoin.
And Ethereum.
Oh, jeez. That is a lot like if the doctor tells you, well, the good news is you don't have cancer, and then you still get chemotherapy.
He just 2 times you like that?
Yeah.
Do you actually still own Ethereum?
Oh, no.
But did you end up actually getting Ethereum for free?
So we're not sure.
In the end, still not sure.
There is $1,000 that is. We don't know who's $1,000 richer. We don't know. We don't know where that money went.
Is it in your bank account?
Well, I don't know. Who's to say?
You just see the
thing is, there's money in so many places that I'm not sure where that $1,000 ended up.
You just see the withdrawal from your bank account and then the Ethereum in your wallet, and you're like, we're not sure.
To run who paid for it. Just to let our listeners know here, because they might be outside the loop. To let our listeners know, I gambled on Ethereum.
Educated guess.
I put $1,200 on that, but so I'm I did some stock market arithmetic. I was hedging. I thought you could make bank withdrawals on margin. Apparently, that's only it's trading stocks. So I only had about $60 in my bank account, but I bought $1,200 of Ethereum. And if you do the math, that's more Ethereum than money I actually owned. So what will happen there is this little bad boy called overdraft, which is not when you pick too many wide receivers for your NFL franchise. It is when you spend more money than you have in your bank account. And apparently, the bank isn't told ahead of time that I'm high IQ. And I didn't even get a chance. I'm totally good for it. I didn't get a chance to tell them that.
You should have written on a piece of lined paper.
Yeah,
with a pencil.
An IOU. But they were not cool with it. So so here's what happened. It's this weird thing. One, they were like, okay, this is a good investment. So we're actually gonna give the money to the Ethereum people. So one, my bank is dumber than I am, and two, they were like, but also he doesn't have the money. So let's give that money to them and charge him $30, which he also doesn't have. So now I'm in the hole $1,230. Ethereum has my money. I don't know what the bank expects from me, but the other problem was the money was actually on its way to my account. It was being transferred from Venmo. So it was just in cyberspace. And I think here's where it gets tricky. The money comes into my account, but I think the bank never took the $1,200 out of my account. But I don't know.
I think we can extrapolate this, actually. I think we can make some money off of this.
I think the bank thinks it's a partial shareholder of high IQ investing.
I think we could overdraft and file bankruptcy.
That sounds... And then
go off the grid.
And then pay ourselves bonuses.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing, Connor. I've been off the grid, and the third world is a rough place. I would rather be poor in America...
Does the grid cover all of America?
Than rich in, Illinois.
Does the grid cover all of America?
Well, no, not just the civilized parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So parts of Philly and the East Coast and one or two other cities.
Yeah, Illinois is the third world.
Oh, absolutely. Did you pronounce the S?
Yeah, it's the French pronunciation.
Oh, geez. Sorry, I am uncultured.
You forgot my background.
I am uncultured. Look at me hating on an innocent state and not even pronouncing it correctly. I didn't do my DD. That is due diligence. I didn't do my due diligence.
Always do your DD.
He said doo-doo. Human-powered soundboard is brought to you by Papa John's. Better pizza, better ingredients. Papa John's. Tweet at highiqinvesting snowstorm to your local Papa John's franchise for 50% off all takeout purchases. This applies for takeout only Mondays through Friday.
Still waiting on that gift card, Papa John's. I know you're listening.
Yeah, we do a lot for you. Call an investment, and we know you're a listener too on our listener list. And honestly, we've been doing this in good faith for a while, but you gotta play it back to us.
Yeah,
you gotta play it back to us because it's like a Ponzi scheme. If your tier doesn't keep it going, it doesn't work. Ponzi schemes only work if you have good morals
and good intuition.
Well, that's anything with investing. Yeah. That's taken for granted. So
we could
the point there is crypto went down.
We could jump into the mailbag segment.
The mailbag?
Is that what you called it last time? Unranked in Syria?
It didn't have a name.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we have just named one of our segments, Christened on the Air. Baptized over the river Schuylkill. The mailbag.
Make some sounds that sound like an email sending.
Mail time. You've got mail. Okay, so we actually have, despite what we said earlier, we did have a few emails from a couple weeks ago that we didn't get to on the last show. So we're actually going to address those. I'm sorry we didn't get to answer these last week. We ran out of time. We really should have done the segment earlier. But here's what we got for you. The first electronic mail, that's what email stands for, electronic mail. Before email, you had to write things on paper and put them in a box and hope they got where they were going. There was no blockchain.
That's how you know not to trust it, though. Electronic. How are you going to write a letter without paper?
Yeah, this sounds like Elon Musk and the government conspiring to send us back.
Mhm.
Okay, so the first email comes from Joanne.
I think we should give them a fake name to preserve their anonymity.
So instead of Joanne Smalls, we should say
Lance
Armstrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Lance Armstrong writes.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong writes, "Dear High IQ." Okay, well, actually, it's supposed to be an HIGH, but Lance wrote with a HI, but I think it was still for us.
Yeah.
It's probably.
We can entertain it.
Well, I don't want to read someone else's mail if it's not for us.
Oh. I mean, I could go to the next email.
Yeah, I think we should probably toss this one. Nice try, Joanne. Okay.
All right. We're going to need another fake name for this one.
Yeah.
So,
well, honestly, I don't know, dude. I feel like Robert Halleck is such an uncommon name that we don't need to. Yeah, we should still do a fake one.
Let's do.
We should still do a fake one.
Let's do Brian Calabrini.
Okay.
All right. Brian Calabrini writes, Hi IQ Investing.
You spelled it right.
Yeah. My name is Mr. Halleck. We'll bleep that out in the post.
Yeah.
Brian Calabrini. And I have a new strategy that I want you guys to break down for me.
Okay,
I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm 95% sure it is a high IQ move. And it has to do with inflation.
Oh, boy. I love bouncy houses.
Okay. I don't know why anyone's never thought of this, but why don't we all put our money in US dollars and let inflation bring it to the moon?
That is different.
It's genius, I would posit.
I have never... Look, I've thought of a lot of angles before. Obtuse, acute, even a right angle here and there. But this one, this is like you blew an obtuse angle out of the water. This is like you're doing it in radians.
And we say US dollars is not worth anything. But
with this strategy,
when anything goes to the moon, it's worth a little bit, and when it goes to the moon, that's exponentiated.
It's worth a lot because without the adverse effects of gravity, you don't have to deal with the problems usually caused by low bone density.
This is probably why Mark Cuban doesn't have low bone density. He has his money in cash.
Okay, so the pitch here is leave it all in U.S. dollars and ride on inflation. And the only problem you're going to reach here, really the only one I can think of. There might be others, but I'm running the BrainBox right now, BrainBox 3.0 beta, and it's only coming up with one negative result. And
Only
that
one.
is your friends know you're holding U.S. dollars.
Oh, yeah. So how are you going to get respect in this economy?
Honestly, no one's going to invite you to Thanksgiving dinner.
But what you can do, convert those puppies to Jamaican dollars.
Oh.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Jamaican dollars,
Yeah.
way more valuable. You know how in America you pay for like a gallon of gas with like $3?
Yeah,
In
sure.
Jamaica, it's like 162.
Oh, God.
So you convert that bad boy, and you are going to be filling up gallons of gas till the cows come home.
That means if you had the same amount in Jamaican dollars and you were in America, you could get 10, 50, 53, 54 gallons of...
He did the math. Not well, but he did it.
yeah, BrainBox 3.0 is still in
And
beta.
the thing about the Jamaican money is that their economy is not regulated because it's the third world. So it inflates so fast, you're not even going to be able to keep up with it.
Yeah, Jamaica is like your favorite Wild Wild West movie, but with accents. And not those accents.
Different accents.
Yeah. If you've ever seen
boy.
310 to Yuma, Jamaica's like 420 to Yuma.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's racist or not, but I guess we should move past that.
Yeah.
We do have one more piece of mail.
Oh, geez, I almost missed this one because you had to click the little arrow that sends you to the next page. And I didn't know it did that. I usually don't get this many mails. But this one, subject line is in all capital letters. It's urgent, PS, sorry, caps lock key broken. And this
caps lock machine broke.
This one is such a generic. Oh, no. Oh, whoops. This one is from me. It's a reminder email. It's a question for me in the future. Hi, me in the future. This is me in the past. Don't invest in Blue Apron, by the way. It only goes downhill from here. Oh, thanks, Past Me.
Past You, did Past You have any good advice?
I got my back.
Or, I mean,
wait, it goes
advice.
on.
Okay.
That's not it. Where was I? Don't invest in Blue Apron. It only goes downhill from here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, and then it goes on to say, okay, if you're reading this on the show, that means that if someone is listening on the podcast, they're listening to the future of the future, and tell them not to invest in Blue Apron because it only goes downhill from here. Okay, well, we already did that. Blah, 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 something blockchain. Something. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Why don't they take Toys R Us and put it on the blockchain? Just like how in Black Mirror, they take a dying person's consciousness and put it in the cookie.
Well,
that's interesting.
Frankly, I think if you put Toys R Us on the blockchain, kids are going to be getting kidnapped. Because the blockchain is not secure by any means.
Absolutely
by no
not.
means. By few means at the very most. And you don't want your kids disappearing. Ever seen Stranger Things?
Yeah.
They put Will on the blockchain and that kid disappeared in a hurry.
That is true. And I don't like to spoil anything, but the blockchain's pretty dangerous. Let me put it this way. Connor, can I ask you a personal question?
On air?
Yeah.
I'll entertain it.
I think it's appropriate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Connor's girlfriend goes to Temple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've been down there?
Across the pond?
Yeah, you've seen what it's like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up.
So Philadelphia is a big city. A lot of different parts. And University City is like, you can drop your kids off there and let them play. It's like Chuck E. Cheese's. You don't have to be watching them 24/7. You know it's okay. If you have a small child, you let them run around here. It's safe.
They're not going to get nabbed by any upstanding
Temple
citizens.
University is more like
it's like a one of those like parks where the basketball nets have chain nets.
Yeah, it's like, so sometimes you see a van and a strange man outside trying to give the kids candy. This is like you're at a taxi stand. The vans are lined up, and the guy in front gets the next kid, and they just
churning them out.
Yeah, and they just line up waiting. It's like a taxi stand of vans that are trying to abduct your kids. And
Sounds
something
legit.
about the blockchain. Yeah, so that's why I don't think we can put Toys R Us on the blockchain with a clear conscience. I mean, is it our last chance at saving our childhood?
Always got McDonald's Happy Meals.
We always got, yeah. So how are you going to, look, do the math here. I'm not telling you to do the math. I'm begging you to do the math. It's not the right move past me. It's not. So take this back to the past, reconsider. And I think this might be a time travel paradox.
I think you're in the future now.
Wait, so
are we still living in the present day? Or
let me check. Okay. It is March 21st. If you're listening to this on YouTube, that might be a time travel paradox. But otherwise, I think we're still consistent with the... Honestly, Stephen Hawking dies and it just goes to hell in a handbasket.
Out there to uphold the laws of physics.
Yeah. And that's enough about that.
Breaking email alert. We have one application.
Oh.
We should share it with our listeners real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not private information or anything. I'll just read that out loud. Just don't read read the last four digits of the social.
We're going to give Steve a fake name to preserve his anonymity, and we're going to call him Stefan. Okay, so Stefan writes, Hi IQ. I am a bit of a Robinhood legend. I had $1 in my account and got approved for options. I then blindly picked a stock spent my dollar on it, and now I have 10. And then he just wrote, hire me. This doesn't look like, this is not a question. It's just hire me written 100 times with periods in between.
This big if huge.
And I mean, we could definitely apply this guy's intuition to a higher pool of money.
Well, let's look at the resume before we get our knickers in a twist.
Does he tick all the boxes?
Yeah, or does he only tick some of them? Or do the boxes tick him?
He went to undergraduate at School of Medium Knox.
Okay, that's a red flag right away that he went to university, because you can't learn anything from college. It's a money drain.
That's true.
We want someone with intuition. We don't want someone who needs an education to be good at what they do. But okay, well, let's just say his parents made him go.
We'll entertain the thought.
We'll entertain it. We'll entertain this thought. Yeah. Okay.
He grew up in South Jersey, so he is a man of the culture.
Okay. His
at the very least.
Social is divisible by 3, so that's good luck in some cultures. Most cultures, really. And
previous job experience.
Oh, God.
He was a manager for a Chuck E. Cheese's. And if that doesn't scream responsibility,
but
I don't know what does.
You got to wonder why he stopped. Was it dishonorable discharge? Did he operate a van, or did he go into retirement?
Did they make him stop touching kids?
You gotta ask yourself that.
You do. We might have to have an interview and ask him.
We might interview him live on. Here's what we're gonna do. I like what I see so far. We need an intern. Next week, live on the air. No promises, but I promise you, we will interview Stefan live on the air. And we will let you, the people, decide whether or not he becomes the next high IQ intern. The same way that the people of Russia get to decide whether Putin becomes president.
Yeah, they definitely decide that.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is a little ditty I like to call Stock Market MMA WWE. Who will be the ultimate fighting champion of the world? Oh, 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 oh. In this corner, we have the challenger weighing in at $10,000.
That's
Connor,
not much, folks.
The Madman. And I'm Nicolo. Okay, so the first matchup, we're not fighting each other, by the way. We just
weighed in.
We just weighed in
before for the culture.
The weigh-in was great. They had snacks. They had these shirtless guys with tattoos. That was us, minus the tattoos and with shirts on.
Yeah, I was dehydrating myself for days to make weight for this.
Yeah, I took laxatives.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Yep. So, we're going to match up a couple stocks head to head, and we're going to take turns giving you our takes on which comes out on top. And actually, we're going to tag team one to start with. We usually take them one at a time, but Connor and I are going to work together to break this one down for you, because this is kind of an enigma wrapped in a Chinese finger trap. And this one is Blue Apron versus GE.
Oh, yeah. Baby. So this is when meme stock madness kicks in.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, honestly, this is like, there's no analogy because it's unprecedented.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to break it down on the air.
All right. Start with GE.
Yeah. What?
GE.
What are your thoughts on GE?
As we've said time and time again, do not trust electricity. Do not trust technology. Trust paper. Trust pens. Stuff that you can actually get your hands on. Feel the textures on. So GE supplies the electricity. I can't say I'm down with that per se. What are your thoughts on GE?
That's funny because I'm at the same conclusion for completely different reasons. So GE also makes parts for planes, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying 9/11 actually happened, but planes were used in the 9/11 attacks on Pearl Harbor. So if you ask me,
Coincidence?
GE is probably in bed with ISIS. And everyone sees that. No one's saying it. No one wants to use the word. No one's going to say radical Islamic terrorism.
But everyone's seeing it.
But everyone's
look at
seeing
that
it.
stock chart.
And that's why it's plummeting. And I'm not sure. But what's worse than being in bed with terrorism? Having a bad business model. And that's what Blue Apron does.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, Connor, let me run by my thoughts on why Blue Apron never stood a chance. Okay. So they're targeting the intersection of two demographics that has no intersection. One is the people that are like lazy and want TV dinners, and the other is the people that are like gourmet and want to cook their own dinners. And where is the intersection? I mean, what was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, I really don't know.
Do you have thoughts on this?
Thoughts on Blue Apron. When I think about Blue Apron, it seems like thoughts just leave my mind because they didn't put much thought into their business model. I've heard arguments against your argument. There's a small segment of rich people that don't want to go to the supermarket, but
so you're telling me Bill Gates, Bill Gates uses Blue Apron?
All I know is Bill Gates definitely doesn't go to the supermarket.
If you're rich enough not to go to the supermarket, you have a personal chef, and that personal chef is not using Blue Apron.
Oh, well, you just debunked that argument, and I don't think there's any arguments left.
Get debunked.
So now that we've shit on both companies...
Oh, we have to pick one, don't we? Oh, God. Okay,
we have to find out which one's less bad.
Well, okay, what's less bad? Bad business sense and low intuition, or ISIS? And one's an underdog, and one is a sin.
Bad business models, worse.
I think I'd take GE.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking GE here.
The underdog?
And let's actually see. Let's see how they're both doing on the market today and see if our intuition was right. Booting up the old hood. Robinhood, very secure. You have to use your fingerprint to scan in, even though you use your fingerprint to scan into your phone regardless. And today, GE is up 1.25%, and Blue Apron is up. Oh.
Apron's on your watch list?
Oh, Apron's up 2%.
Oh, disgusting.
Okay, well, let's.
I think that's just a case of being oversold.
Yeah, we're gonna do what the good analysts do and look for statistics that match our opinions.
Yeah.
And Blue Apron is down 40%, 50%, 78% over the last year.
Holy
compared to
guacamole.
GE, which is down only 52% over last year. Therefore, you got to take GE.
It's just numbers.
It's a numbers game.
It's just a numbers game.
It's just a numbers game. That's all there is to it. It's a good day on the market, actually. It's a beautiful day on the market. You could take the family out for a walk on the market right now.
Not in my portfolio, but...
Well, your portfolio is HMNY. Okay, so that was a nice matchup. Now we're going to go back to the conventional. I'm going to pitch one to Connor, and I'm not pulling any punches. I'm going to give Connor a hard time. And
give it to me straight.
But I know Connor can dig his way out of this one. You give that man a shovel, and he's getting out. All right, Connor, here's what I got for you. Here's what I got for you. Take a company that everyone loves to hate.
Everyone hates to love.
But that everyone hate. It's like you... Did you sneak onto my laptop and figure out what I was going to pitch you here?
Sneaked into your brainwaves.
Okay, that everyone... Yeah, okay. Company that everyone loves to hate, everyone hates to love. A little ditty called The Gap. All right?
The Gap.
And now, put this America's sweetheart up against a really raw company, a little gritty, kind of like if you're loading the shotgun, you put birdshot in it just to see it spread. You want to cause damage. We are going to put Gap up against the American Red Cross, which is not publicly traded, but it is just as shady as any other corporation.
Okay, this is a real heavyweight matchup. Gap. Well, Gap, if you'll remember from your elementary school years, kids like to call it gay American people, which quite frankly is a bit racist. But that's why we call it the underdog in this specific matchup. Gap is supplying the gay American people quality products, quality garments of sorts. The one problem I see with them is their logo is blue.
Oh no,
the font. Yeah, I mean, they are diversifying a little bit, which is also a bad thing. You want as little diversity as possible. They have a baby Gap, they have man Gap, they have not man Gap, all next to each other at times. Let's see. So that's kind of where I stand on that. Bad logo color, bad diversity, but it's LGBTQ. Okay. Red Cross. I don't think they're doing much, quite frankly. Every time there's like a disaster, you can just go to Wawa, and when you buy your whatever you're buying, they ask you, do you want to donate to the disaster? So I'd rather donate through Wawa, pressuring me into donate, than Red Cross helping these victims.
Yeah, and if I can, because I think you already made up your mind, so I don't think I'm going to bias this. Just going to pitch in here. The Gap is LGBTQ friendly. Meanwhile, the Red Cross didn't let gay people donate blood until very recently. They were scared like they would turn other people gay. Like, what is up with that? Yeah. It is 2016, and you're gonna say that? Like,
might I say anti-LGBTQ?
Yeah. So honestly, I don't even think we could pick the Red Cross in good
conscience.
Yeah.
Or any category really.
Yeah.
Because it's 2018 after all.
Okay.
We are LGBTQ approved here at WQPBS Radio, and
absolutely,
I want that to be on public record. So we are gonna go with gay American people.
God bless the Gap
on this.
Okay.
I need to find a matchup. I don't know if I can get one off the top of my head.
Yeah,
so
I gotta warn you, Connor. I did my homework. So anything you give me, I'll probably have thought of it. If you do the math, let's say there's a million different companies, right? And if you do the numbers, that equates to something like 300 different matchups. And I thought of all of them. And I even thought of the reverse matchup. So, for example, you give me company A versus company B. I thought of company B versus company A also.
You've accounted for all like the home teams.
Yeah.
And stuff?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, because I'll tell you, Target with home field advantage is very different than Target abroad.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I can't argue with that.
Well, you could, but you just be wrong.
I think I'm going to get some investment advice myself on this one, because one of these companies I have a public stake in.
Okay.
We're going to go with number one, Trader Joe's. Stock ticker Joe's.
Okay.
Right off the bat, I think this one has a great ticker name, so take that into account. I don't know if it's publicly traded, but okay. So Trader Joe's, we all know and love. It's right outside of University City. Versus Weight Watchers.
Another one. Connor, you walked right into. Oh my God, you're gonna be eating out of the palm of my hand.
Nico has firsthand experience with Weight Watchers. He was an overweight kid, so I don't want to bring back any flashbacks, but I think Nico will be able to bring a good take on this one.
Okay, ladies, gentlemen, and any other category, because it's 2016, and we are very supportive on WQPBHS Radio. Put your ear against the speaker and hear my words. Be me, a flabby kid back in the day, way overweight. I mean, I was so fat that I was dripping fat from my fat. And yo mama jokes, they weren't yo mama. That was
it was just you jokes.
It was just me jokes. People just straight up, they came at me, no mercy. And I knew right then and there that I needed to shed some pounds. What did I turn to? Obviously, Weight Watchers, because they help you watch your weight. Here's the problem with Weight Watchers: you don't stand a chance it's all a gimmick. Because imagine this. Their whole business model is based on making sure, allegedly, that their clients lose weight. But if their clients lose weight, they lose clients.
Oh, boy.
So they need to pitch this illusion that you're making progress, but really keep you unsatisfied. And that's exactly what happened. I would follow the Weight Watchers to a T. Absolutely to a T. Pick any letter of the alphabet you want. I'd follow it to that. And guess what?
It didn't work?
No, I'm waiting for listeners to guess. Yeah, no guesses. That's what I thought. It didn't work. Sorry, Connor kind of gave that away. It didn't work. In fact, I would argue that I just got flabbier. And then,
What happened then?
And then I discovered Trader Joe's.
Oh, boy.
And I said to myself, what if we went to Trader Joe's once or twice? Okay, I'll go to Trader Joe's. I went to Trader Joe's.
Okay.
A few months down the line, like magic, I'm shedding the pounds. I'm shedding them.
I did not see that one coming.
I'm like a dog on the rug in springtime. I'm just shedding. And in fact, I came out of this on the other side. And people said, hey, did you lose weight? And I said, yes.
To that I say yes.
I did. And you know why? And they said, no, I was just trying to be polite. I really don't care. And I said, yeah, because Trader Joe's, not because of Weight Watchers. And they said, all right, and started walking away. And I said, because Weight Watchers, they have this thing where if they succeed, then they lose their clients. And at this point, the person's already down the hallway, but I'm going. I'm hot right now. And I'm telling them that it's just too easy. You should never use Weight Watch. It's a good business model, maybe, but ethics, no. Trader Joe's? Easy.
I'm glad you broke it down like that because it really comes down to a diet versus a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's is a lifestyle. Weight Watchers is like a 90-day diet because, fat people want to go on a 90-day diet, then go back to eating McDonald's.
Yeah, man's not hot.
When you start eating Trader Joe's, you never stop.
That's, you hit the nail on the proverbial head.
So we're going to give the one to Weight Watchers?
We're going to give it to Weight Watchers.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. So, next up, actually, you know what? We only have a few minutes left, so there is something I wanted to mention before we get off
I
the
think
air.
we'll probably have time to go over an hour if you want to mention it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, probably. But, our listeners are really busy today.
That's true. Respect their time.
So I'm going to kick it right straight here, which is that this is a special shout-out to, okay. We had, you might have heard of University of Pennsylvania. It's a school in University City. We're big fans of their athletics department.
Oh, boy.
And the one of the athletes, Justin Watson, wide receiver number 5 on the Penn Nittany Lions, had his pro day recently. And he actually did better than most people do in the combine.
Above average, you would say?
And above average. And I just want to read a quote directly from his agent. I received this tip from one of our institutional investors. Jay Watt's agent said, Justin had one of the more amazing days in recent memory. Very few wide receivers have ever had a 40-inch vertical, do 20 reps at 225, and run in the 4.3s. More importantly, he is an he's a great person who you would want to marry your daughter. So that's what I mean. This guy is the next Aaron Hernandez. Great person, great athlete.
Bad situation.
And everyone assumes he's straight just because he's big. So,
I mean,
well, we are hitting the 11th hour,
baby.
but we have a caller, and we are always down to take a call. So we are going to answer the phone correctly this time because we've had so much practice. And this is High IQ Investing. You are on the air. Uh-huh.
That's fair.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Getting this?
Okay. I think I see what's happening here. The applications should all be via email, actually. Okay.
This guy's sending an audio application for internship.
This is good, actually. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
This is impressive. Ma'am, what is your name? Hello? Hello? Oh.
Living on another planet?
Ma'am, I don't like these intimidation tactics. Okay. Well, I think that's enough of that. So, yeah, that's
I think that's the leading candidate in our interview process.
yeah, we might have to do 2 interviews live on the air. What if we have our candidates fight live on the air? Yeah.
Genius idea.
Okay. Well, it is 12. Today we're going to have a special segment after hours, though. It's going to be Talking High IQ. It's different than the actual show, but if you want to stay with us, if you have extra time, we're going to keep going for a bit, but the show is going to be wrapping up right now. Once again, I'm Nicolo.
I am Connor, but a fake name to preserve my anonymity would be Koner.
And for mine, it would also be Koner. And this is High IQ, signing off. Okay, this is Talking High IQ.
And I guess we're going to record this too.
Wow. Today's show was that was a piece of work. Right. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to talk candidly about the process that goes into the show. Where
there are ups, there are downs,
ups and downs,
there are in betweens.
And if you're still listening, you're getting the most honest dissection of what our show is all about.
More people tuned in.
Wow.
The
Okay.
talking.
The listener count just got boosted, so I think the word got out. And right now, we're just we'll start you off with the process, and the process is something you just have to trust. What we do every day is this is a little behind the scenes. We wake up at around 10 o'clock. I text Connor saying, "When are we going down?" Connor texts me back saying, "10:30. I'll be in your room." Then at 10:35, I walk to Connor's room and tell him to put his clothes on because he says, "Oh, the second text is always a classic."
I'll be in your room in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
At about like 10:28.
Connor gets out of his towel into his clothes. We go downstairs. We go to Bowie's, get a little sandwich with a little Bowie sauce, and then we walk down here. No matter the weather, or if Connor's broken
no matter the
collarbone,
time,
we come up here.
no matter the circumstances.
We set up the recording equipment. We test the mics, and the mic test is actually very interesting because you have to think of a good conspiracy theory to whisper into the mic, because no one wants the testing 1 2 3 testing. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I really don't know why are you guys still listening. Really, it's
yeah. Maybe they're tuning in for the. They must have heard the word. They must have heard.
Yeah.
Talking.
Okay. Well, and then we get down to the studio, and we is someone here?
No, we're good.
Is anyone here? Okay, we're good. Okay, yeah, so we're still in the air. The person who usually does this radio slot has been incapacitated and is probably physically and intellectually disabled at the moment. So we are going to just do a public service and talk high IQ. And honestly, if anyone wants to call in right now would be a great time. We'll entertain any questions that you have. I'll read off the number in a second. I'm going to pull it up. Connor, do you want to fill the air while I pull up the number?
If we're just breaking down the
oh, geez. Okay. Wow. Didn't even read off
go.
the number, but we have a call, and I'm going to pick this bad boy up. Hello, this is Talking High IQ. How may I help you? Okay. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, so that was every once in a while we get calls from musicians who just pitch their music by just singing right into the phone. That's what that was.
Can't help but respect.
You can't help it. Anyway, I'm gonna read off the number for our listeners. They should get a shot too. In the meantime. Time that is mean.
Our preparation process is usually
like usually like the day before our show, we take the first shower of the week, and that's where you can really think everything out.
Yeah, we usually take the showers individually.
Yeah. But most importantly, we were marinating our bodies before in filth.
Yeah.
And then you have to take a really long shower on like Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday morning right before the show and come up with all the good ideas that we come up with.
Let me read off the number. All right. Do you guys have a pencil? Okay, good. It's 215, 5 as in Charles, 898 as in Lisa, 3500. And then one more time. That is 215, 5 as in Charles, 898 as in Lisa, 3500. And you can call this number from a telephone, and then that will beam up to a tower, which will find its way to High IQ, and then we will be in direct contact with you, the people.
The people.
All right,
I wonder. I mean, we're gonna have to. There's some latency probably. They're probably listening to our voices like 2-3 seconds after we say them.
Oh yeah. So we're actually not expecting a call for another 14 seconds.
Oh, I have. Okay.
What'd you get? There it is. The latency has faded.
You should listen to this.
This is High IQ. How may I help you?
Hi, I think you just read off your phone number and I missed it. I was wondering if I could get it one more time.
Yeah, 1 second. Connor, can you get the number? This person missed it.
Okay. 1 second. This will be more than 1 second, actually.
Yeah.
Do you have it on your phone?
Yeah, 1 second. I want you to be able to call us. So let me get you the number. You can reach us at 215-898-3500.
That is.
Did you get that?
High IQ.
Charles.
Charles? I thought the 215 was Charles.
I thought you didn't get the number.
I didn't.
Okay.
Which way is it? You can't have it both.
How do I call?
Do you have a cellular device?
No.
Okay. Well, look around you. What's in your room?
The television.
Okay. What else?
Some maple syrup.
Okay. You're gonna have to do a little better. What else? Do you see anything with wires or with starch?
Yeah, we got some starch.
Oh. Okay.
Do you see a dream?
What?
A dream of sorts.
A dream.
You need starch in a dream.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Are you with me?
They can't.
I'm all ears.
Okay. Oh, geez, that's a condition. Luckily, even though it's a snow day, all hospital staff are required to report to work. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you, when you hang up, I want you to use the starch in conjunction with the television to reach the operator at 411, who will then give you the number 215 is in Charles, 898 Lisa, 3500, and then you're going to call that number to reach the radio station. Do you copy?
Yes, I think that makes sense.
We're landing on the Hudson.
All right, we'll try it.
Okay, and that's fine, guys. Honestly, even if it's a question as simple as that, if you need the number, just call in, and we're gonna have your back. We at High IQ are here for you,
And you only.
and you only. This isn't for us. If it were for us, we'd be getting massages with a Groupon right now.
We'd be at Papa John's cashing out.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we're supposed to read these every hour, but honestly, it's these are called PSAs. Let me read one, I guess. This one is hard copy and schedule WQHS PBHS UPenn Radio. A new semester is upon us, and Allied Universal Security reminds our listeners to enjoy yourselves, but please don't drink and drive. So, okay, this is, you can already tell there's a liberal agenda on this, and I don't think I'm going to finish reading this because I really don't want to have, even in Talking IQ, which is just us just shooting the shit, I don't want to be rattling off the Democrat manifesto right here. Let me see if there's anything that does not have a clear left-leaning bias. Nothing really.
Just Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah, I'll read select words. Choose. Family. No, family is pretty left-leaning. Keys. Safety.
Freedom.
Read
freedom a few times.
Freedom. Universal. That's left-leaning. Listeners. That's you guys. Air. That's
Hopefully
what we
not
breathe.
left-leaning.
Okay. Hopefully. Okay. So that pretty much sums up there's instructions on that PSA too. The word "read" is written in all capital letters. Once again, that number is 215 is in Charles, 898 Lisa 3500. What we're going to talk about next is really delicate, touchy subject. But we know the people that are still on the air right now can take it. So we're going to kick it right straight.
Give it to them raw.
And what we're giving to you raw is chicken. They are now doing chicken sashimi in some restaurants. And the thing about chicken sashimi is because it's not cooked, it is vegan. It's vegan friendly. It's gluten-free. And
how many GMOs are on that bad boy, though?
Well, you'd have to use calorimetry and the Coriolis effect to figure that one out. But if I had to estimate, can I estimate?
Allow it.
Somewhere in the vicinity of several, I'd say. Several. At least several, if not many. And
well, that's a good thing.
Oh, hello. The phones are off the rails today. Good thing we have rollover minutes.
Talking high IQ more often.
Jesus. Phone back on. Hit the on switch. This is High IQ. How may I help you?
Hey, what's up?
Is it?
May we ask your name, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
This is Bitcoin Blazer 123.
Bitcoin Blazer 123 calls.
Oh, boy.
Bitcoin Blazer 123. Can I ask where you're calling from?
Yeah, from Beirut.
Oh, Beirut. Yeah. Okay, Northern
Heard of it?
Africa. Yeah.
Man of the culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bitcoin Blazer 123 from Beirut. How may I help you?
I just want to talk about Coinbase today. I'm pretty pissed with them.
Okay. Well, air your grievances.
Yeah. So basically, the other day, I was trying to buy some Ethereum, right?
Sure.
And this is my first time buying off of Coinbase.
Okay.
And so I put in $200 and I clicked the buy button, but they couldn't process it. So they made me reopen the app and then try
Who sent
again.
you? Who
And
sent
so-
you? Who sent you?
Who sent me?
Who are you working for? Cut the crap. Who are you working for? Shit. All right, they found us. Okay, Connor, get the book. Get the emergency book.
Do you
Where
have
is
any
it?
aluminum foil?
Jesus Christ! Where's
Or
the wax
starch?
paper? Okay, we're going into emergency protocol right now. That is protocol. No, Jesus, Connor. Protocol 4. Protocol
Refresh
4.
the browser.
Refreshing the browser. Reading the DP headline. This is the Statesman. Oh God. Okay, where's the red buttons? We're hitting all the red buttons. Connor, pull up the.
Put the CD above your. Okay.
Terminals on.
We're intercepting the
phones.
airwaves.
We can't. Oh God. Give it up. We know who you're working for.
Phones are off the ramp. I was told to buy high and sell low.
No! Okay, this is more serious than I thought it was. We're going to have to go into DEFCON 5. That is the default DEFCON.
Intercept the airwaves.
God. Okay, we are switching our broadcast from internet radio to ham radio. Please bear with us. You might lose us for a second. Come on. Booting up.
Oh, you're going to need to put that volume slider
Where's the volume?
up, my friend.
Oh, God. Okay, things are moving really fast now. Booting up the terminal. CD, LS. Okay, I think... Oh, God.
Int x equals 0.
Oh, no.
If x equals true.
Oh, no.
Abort.
No! Oh, man. Let me tell you one thing, guys. We are what you might call a pirate radio station, unsanctioned by any government here on planet Earth or any intergalactic government. We are wanted in 4 different cities, including Detroit, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and a city you are not allowed to know the name of. And right now, we are in a lot of trouble.
I'm intercepting the airwaves, so.
Honestly,
I equals 0.
I think at this point, I'm looking down on the bridge, and oh,
I less
Jesus
than
Christ, I'm
Coriolis.
seeing sirens. This is the FBI. This is the ATF. This is the Department of Agriculture. They're coming for us right now. They're coming up the stairs. We are deadbolting the door, but we do not know how much longer we are going to have.
Function lock door. Function lock door.
They're banging on the door.
Function.
Oh, God. Connor, hit the record rack against the door. Oh, man. No, he's pinned. Connor. He's pinned under the
My
record rack.
collarbone's caught.
Oh, no. Connor. Oh, God. We only have seconds left. Okay, if you're listening out there, someone, anybody, we don't know where they're going to put us. You're probably never going to hear from us again, but there's something you need to know.
Give it to him straight. My collarbone's never been in this much pain.
Okay, I'll tell them. What they don't want you to know,
Put me out of my
what they don't
misery.
want you to know is that we have the Agent Rodriguez of the Department of Agriculture.
Hey, can I please have 2 large cheese pizzas and a 2-liter Coke?
Let me check with supervisor. You want 2 large pizzas and 2-liter bottle of Coke?
Pizza machine broke.
The pizza machine broke, but we got boneless.
That's what I want, dude. You put bones in your pizza?
This is Department of Agriculture. You shouldn't be making jokes like this.
I don't know what kind of pizzas you're growing on your trees down there, but my kind of pizzas don't come with bones when you pick them off the stalk.
1 second. He said no, don't got pizza with bones from his trees. Trees, you know trees? Yeah.
We make pizza from trees.
Yeah, we make a pizza from trees.
You do or do not? I
we
can't
do.
understand your accent.
Yeah, I see. We make pizza from trees.
Could you speak a different language, please?
Okay. I'll put you on with my supervisor.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello? Hello, that was my supervisor. Hello?
Back to work.
Hello?